Alright, let's make ourselves a nice little platter. First we're gonna start off, we got our basmati rice and the coloring seasoning. You gotta make it yellow. You already know the vibes with that. Yeah, I don't know how much you put in there. Just do it till it looks good. We're gonna add that sazon caliente, a little bit of spice to it. You know I like spice on mine. So we're gonna add a little bit of that to it. Or a lot more of that. And we're gonna fill this up. And of course we got that chicken bouillon. That's the lazy way to make chicken stock. You're not really supposed to do it this way, but it still works. Alright, it should come up looking like a nice fluorescent as yellow, as you can see here. The rice is going to be in there when it cooks down. It's going to be like super yellow, which is what I'm looking for. We're doing halal guy style. So, yeah. Pop that in a rice cooker. Boom. Got the buttons. I never really know. I use white rice. Do the little thing. Hey! Do the little thing! There it is. Alright, set it and forget it. Let's see if I can do this with two hands. We got our chicken here. This is about 1.5 pounds. I got my chicken rub. You don't have one of these old ass chicken rub seasonings. It's basically, I'm laughing. Garlic, basil, paprika, oregano, salt. So I use it on a lot of chicken. It's a good base to start with. So we're gonna add that. How much? I don't know. I just do it until there's a lot on there. We got our jerk seasoning, which I love to put on everything. Same idea. It's got a little bit of sugar in there, yes, but Jamaican pimentos, chili, peppers, ginger, garlic, onion, thyme, cumin, all that love. Make sure we get that all up in there like that. And of course, the goat himself. I always have to use the sazon caliente, what we saying. Get that in there. Liberal amount, because it's a lot of chicken once we spread this all in. And no meal is ever complete without that slap your mama with the dent in the can. But make sure you get a little bit on there too. All right, so I get my glove on the other hand. We're gonna mix this all up. Take it over to cook. All right, so we're gonna start mixing this all up. Don't be stingy, you gotta get it all up in there. Back in the wok. Everybody in the pool. Ooh, we almost forgot. Just a little bit of garlic. Bro, I use so much garlic, it's sickening. You know I wasn't gonna do this, but it's my channel. Orange pepper, going in. All right, let's saute this and get this cooked. A lot of the fat cooks out. You can see all that right there, so that's why I use this spoon. I don't want to use all that fat in there. You know, we still try to keep it lean, people. Now you can see all that fat chilling out there on the bottom. I gotta do something with these. Sound like one of them already fell in, but we got some Brussels sprouts. I just chopped them up with a little salt and pepper. Now I got some olive oil going right there. We're gonna get these in the pool. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna do this. You good? Huh? Hold the chain. Y'all. Alright, those are looking nice and tender, nice and crisp, not too crisp. Last step, and they got hit a little bit of liquid gold. Not too much, a little bit goes a long way. That's about it. We're gonna toss those bad boys up, hit them probably a little bit more salt and pepper, and that's it. You know I like my sprouts plain. Well, chicken, not Euro, but it's still a chicken platter. Got that white sauce, those tomatoes. A lot of guys gave me the idea for that one. Boom. Also, if that looks familiar, that white sauce looks real true, right? Like I made it? I didn't. I still got it from last week. What's going on, guys? King Trats here, back in the video on the channel. You saw we made a platter, chicken platter. I mean, I'm gonna figure out a new way to say what the hell I did, because that whole end today is just outdated at this point. I'm not gonna hold y'all. You know I gotta get into this. Sometimes the food just be smelling so good. I did use that same basmati rice. Got the idea again from Halal guys, which I really, really love that they did. Now I can't get any damn, there we go, rice on my spoon. There's a piece of chicken on there too, isn't it? Thank you. Thank you, Halal guys, man. That was like the final thing missing. That and the white sauce. They put lettuce, I put sprouts. That's like I've done this on the channel so many times, but anytime something calls for lettuce, I substitute it with Brussels sprouts. Sauteed a little bit of truffle oil, salt, pepper. Y'all missing out, man. Y'all sweet. I know y'all hate Brussels sprouts, but just try them again. I'll make a deal. If you try Brussels sprouts, I'll try a pickle again. Hell nah. I can't even make that deal. My fingers just crossed the whole time. Nah. And excuse me, if you hear like loud rain noises, it has been like a monsoon all day. It's been raining like crazy for like the last week, which is not helping my sinuses, but it is what it is. Man. I'm good, bro. Like, we're in a flood warning. Where I live is very close to a river. The river's supposedly flooding right now. I've seen videos on TikTok people been sending me that, like, the New York, like the subways are flooding, which does happen when it's like really bad. The last I can remember, now this was way worse, but after Superstorm, not Hurricane, Sandy, it was like this too. But 1,000 times worse. I'm not comparing that to this, but the videos of seeing like stuff underwater. People don't realize this. Manhattan is literally like at sea level, so it floods easily. Luckily for me, I don't live in Manhattan, but I was going through my old videos because I was cleaning out my camera. So like the last 2 weeks worth of videos were on there. You might not know this, and some of you probably might have noticed it, but I have this hoodie on all the time. What you might not know is because of my athletic build, it's hard for me to find clothes that I feel fit me good, well. So, I own about 3 of this hoodie. And in different colors, I have like 2 of each. I call it my all-purpose. Do y'all have all-purpose clothing? I know women do. Y'all can't even lie. Like, y'all own like 40 pairs of the same black leggings, right? But y'all only wear like 2 of them. Because they fit you right. That's this. Jeez, man, I don't know what their white sauce is crazy. I feel like everybody needs to have like all-purpose clothing. You gotta have clothes that you wear, like your go-to pair of jeans, your go-to sneakers, your go-to hoodie. For me, obviously, you know I rock the same like 2 hats for like a year. But also what you might not know about the hats, same thing. I buy like 3 or 4 of the same hat at a time. And I usually wear 2 at a time. I have one that's the all-purpose, so I can do what I want in it, you know, wear it to work, wear it while I work out, wear it while I'm doing this. And then I'll have the same hat that I only wear if I'm actually dressing up. I'm weird. Nah, I don't know. I've always had. I did that even in high school. Like I had like obviously like mad pairs of jeans, but I always wore the same 2-3 pair because those are the ones I like the most. So as I got older and I was able to buy my own stuff, you know, in high school, like my parents took me school shopping, right? I always started buying. Like, if I found a hoodie I liked, I bought 2, always. Because I'll never find it again. And it has served me well. I don't do that with sneakers, but y'all knew it was coming. Y'all knew it was coming. The white truffle, that liquid gold. You know I love that liquid gold, man. Just a little bit at a time. You mix that with this white sauce. I don't really like the Halal Guys red sauce. Like, it's probably of the different places I've had like the platters and the halal platters, and it's probably my least favorite one. And the reason for it is I don't like hot food that's hot for no reason. Their hot sauce is just hot, and it's hot. Like, it's got good spice to it, good kick, but it doesn't taste like anything. It's just hot to me. I had some people in the comments like, oh, you gotta put more red sauce on there, but it didn't taste like anything. I like flavor with my heat, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter how hot something is. For example, I did the level 10 spicy curry challenge. I did it at Clifton Thai, which was like, level 10 is the hottest you can go. It was hot, but it was delicious. I ate the whole thing. Now, it hurt. Level 10, obviously, but it was good. And I prefer that. You know, I've done different hot sauce, did like the Hot Ones hot sauce, or I believe it said it may cause anal leakage, which is crazy. But the sauce was delicious. But when I tried the Halal guy sauce, I tried it a bunch of times, like, you know, 2 or 3 different times. It was just hot. Like, I always find myself coming back to the truck because it actually tastes good. And I like my sauces hot. So I use the hotter or the white truffle, which are hotter than just the normal regular bottle, which is spicy, but I like spicy with taste. Spicy with taste. Should write that in my bio, right? Spicy with taste. It's just the weather right now is so bad. My head is killing me. I wasn't gonna record today either, but you know I love y'all. I wanted to check in. You know, chop it up. I figure I'll make something real quick. This is very easy for me to make, and it doesn't take a long time. And for those of you that enjoyed last week's Unfiltered, and you enjoyed it. A lot of you didn't know Sam before that episode, so it was cool to see some of you guys be like, you know, I didn't really, you know, I was skeptical, but I like the rapport between you two. Maybe I'll have him tell the story, or we'll tell the story, whatever. But the reason we have such a rapport is because we've known each other our entire lives. Like, that's, you can't fake that, you know what I mean? You know, it's at a point now where we finish each other's sentences because I've known him long enough that I know what he's thinking before he says it. So I see what y'all are saying, and it's something that is kind of funny because we used to have conversations where we would like be debating stuff or discussing stuff while we were at work, because we started off, I'm talking like now professionally, we started off at a gym together. We worked together at the same gym. And he ran the training department, and I ran the membership department, and we would have conversations. Then when we started our own business, where we started staffing gyms with trainers, we would have conversations, and people would stop and listen and be like, man, you guys should do like a podcast or something. So it's become a running joke of me trying to get him to do it at this point. You know, it wasn't until a little while ago when like the online thing started like popping off a little bit, and I was like, now do you want to do it? And he still was like, no. But we would do like live streams on Instagram. People enjoyed that kind of stuff, so I just wanted to bring it back. You know, and we'll see how it goes. If you guys are still receiving it well, then there might be more added to it. I'll never stop doing this stuff, but I'm saying like on top of this, possibly a second channel, possibly, you know, just making more content like that. I don't know yet. That's the thing, you know, about me. Even though at this point I guess I am a content creator, And I'm not saying this about anyone else's stuff, you know, whatever content they make. I'm sure they're making it and doing a good job at it. You know, I'm not even talking about whether it be good or bad. I'm not saying I'm good, they're bad, or whatever, or they're good, I'm bad. But for me, content for me when I make it is, it's not rehearsed and it's not inorganic. Like, it just comes naturally, you know. I rarely have ever planned a meal, which if you're new to the channel, you might not know that, but I'll kind of just go off feel and what I want to do. You know, I'm sure it'd probably be better content if I didn't, but there's a certain level of realness to me that I can't fake this. Like, I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it, but I can't all of a sudden start doing like this choreograph. Like, it just ain't gonna work, you know. There's never been a conversation on here. I gotta blow my nose. Hold on. There's never been a conversation on here that I have been like, oh, I'm gonna talk about this today. Like, I just turned the camera on and whatever comes out of my mouth comes out of my mouth. Which can make for some funny stuff, can make for me saying some stupid stuff, you know. And a lot of you like it, and some of you guys think that what I'm talking about is stupid. I get it, like, it is what it is. And some of you like to correct me, which, when you catch me on the wrong day, you might get a comment back, but when you're not rehearsing things, they're going to be mistakes. Like, I might say something that's not 100% accurate as far as, like, the number might not be right. And I leave it in the video because I'm not going to be phony. Like, people are, this is the human element of me. Like, I'm not, like, you know, Jeopardy. But in the first Halal Guys video I did, I kept referring to the meat as lamb. Half the video. It wasn't until halfway through the video I'm like, I keep saying lamb. What is wrong with me? This is beef. I also referred to the rice as jasmine rice, even though in my head I thought basmati rice. But I'm like, sometimes it's just, my brain's not there because I'm tired, bro. And because I'm not rehearsing, and there's nobody to be like, hey, cut. You know, I don't take notes. Like, I'm just looking at this going, oh, that's basmati rice in my head. But out comes jasmine 47 times. Out comes beef, lamb 47 times. But, hey, it is what it is. So it always makes me laugh when people are like, yo, that was wrong, or don't it? Probably. But I'm usually in the right ballpark. At least, you know, I'm not just making stuff up as I go, you know? Like, I'll say, you know, something is like, you know, this is 75%, and someone's like, actually, it's 68, like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, bro. Let me get one more. This is funny. This packet of Halal Guys stuff, right, is 330 calories. This packet. That's over half the amount of rice I'm eating. Swear. Somebody's gonna say, oh, right. Shut up. It's just, it's close, okay? This is what I'm talking about. Stop typing. Shut up. This is what I'm talking about. But I'll throw the numbers out anyway. A cup of cooked rice is anywhere, depending on the rice. I've seen as low as $1.40. I've seen as high as $1.70. This is 330, right? So if I multiply 170, we're gonna do it by tens, times 2, that's 340. There's about 3.5 cups of rice here. So it's about 2 cups, which would be a little over half of the 3.5 cups of rice. You see, there might be 3.7 cups here, because I'm just, but still. This little ass packet, there's a lot of calories, in other words. How's that? And this is something that I probably broach the topic of probably once a month. And most people don't hear it. And then they ask me anyway why I'm not overweight. That is why. because it's not just the amount of food. Some people still don't realize I eat once a day. One of the first videos I made in this channel is literally me explaining the diet, but if you don't know, what you see here is all I have eaten today. And on the days I have to have stuff like McDonald's or something like that, that's all I eat for the day. And then I might have like a super green shake just to get my nutrients in, which sucks because it's not what I want to do, but I enjoy making content, so I had to sacrifice. So, when you understand calorie balance, caloric balance, now, people think it's the amount of food they eat that can cause weight gain. You need to eat better food. And that's the issue. People don't see that kind of stuff. Boneless, skinless chicken thighs have a fairly small amount of calories comparatively to something like an Oreo. So people are like, oh, you got all this chicken. I showed it in the video, and I don't even account for that. I account for that in my meal, but when I drain the fat, I'm not eating it. I don't take that out when it comes to, I'm probably eating less calories when you look at it that way. But when I render the fat out, I actually remove it. And I usually will trim the fat off of the chicken beforehand. You know, and that's what people these days, everything's like diet trends, you know, intermittent fasting, which I do. And I tell people not to. Keto, another big one. If it works for you, then do it. But as long as you understand this about keto, even though your body is in ketosis, which is what the point of keto is. If you don't know what that is, please don't do it because you didn't research it. And that's going to be a whole topic that goes way off. I can hear it pouring outside. The reason that you are losing weight is because you are creating a caloric deficit. That's it. It's a lot harder for some people to gain weight on keto, and it's easier for them to lose weight because you are cutting out an entire macronutrient group. Carbohydrates. You're eating protein and fat predominantly. That also staves away a lot of things that cause weight gain on a caloric level, and I'm not talking about bread or rice because that's not that bad for you calorically. Carrot cake is calorically bad for you. Brioche bun with butter on a burger with cheese and extra mayo and bacon, it adds up. Again, not talking nutritional standpoint, but when you start cutting out most of the foods that people find addicting and they tend to overeat are in the carbohydrate group. Sugars. You're cutting out chocolate, candy. Like, yeah, you cut out all that stuff. It's very hard to overeat with it. It can be fun. I've seen it with bacon. Like, if you eat a bowl of bacon, like, you're gonna get like satiated to the point where you're like, I don't want any more. You know, and you can go down the line. I prefer to eat more carbs and less fat, which is why I cook with a lot of fat-free ingredients, or lower fat cuts of meat. And because my meals are smaller now, I've started using a bit more oil. But like, even those fried chicken sandwiches I had yesterday, when you add all that stuff up, like, it's still like 3,000 calories. 3,000 bullshit calories. That's why I have to have a shake with it, you know, with all the nutrients in it, but that's me as a content creator. And I use this analogy with my clients all the time. And I used it here today. This packet of white sauce is 330 calories. When people go to Halal, guys, I've seen them use 2 or sometimes 3. That's 900. Sorry, I'm gonna choke my damn thing. I'm gonna get my math wrong though. That's almost 1,000 calories. It's 990 calories, right? On sauce. That doesn't even include your actual food. When I did the Long Guys video, people were like, yo, put more sauce in there. I'm like, what are you, crazy? That was my first thought. You just ate 1,000 calories in sauce on top of a meal, and most people don't even drink drinks without calories in them. I could have had more sauce. I chose to have a tea, which had calories in it. I usually don't do that. But when you understand how to balance your calories, when and where to take them away from, I've been counting calories, macronutrients, and stuff like that for the better part of 4 years. So at this point, I can usually spout off how much calories in a serving of this or in a serving of that. But if you want the Cliff's Notes, I said it last time, try not to drink your calories. Avoid bad condiments, like white sauces, like this. If this was freaking ketchup, it'd be like less than, like, it'd be a lot less. All right, I'm not gonna with the shit, but if it was mustard, which a lot of dieters, meal preppers eat mustard, hot sauce. I lived off that when I was eating like meal prep type of stuff. Because some mustard has no calories, but at the most, a serving of mustard is 10 calories. Things like barbecue sauce, unless you're using G Hughes, but that's why I use that. People see the G Hughes stuff I use, because it is 10 calories for 2 tablespoons. Regular barbecue sauce is like 60, 70, 80, 90. Ranch, 100, 110, sometimes 150. Chick-fil-A sauce, 150. You understand how many calories you're consuming in condiments? Look at the rice here. That's how I had to say it. In condiments, that's stuff that goes on the food you're eating. That's crazy. If you just did those 2 things, you'd notice a difference. Because calories matter. They all matter. The difference between a McChicken sandwich from McDonald's and a McChicken sandwich without mayo is anywhere from 100 to 200 calories, depending on how much mayo they slather on there. It adds up. Things like peanut butter, calorie-dense foods. If you avoid calorie-dense foods, or at least use them sparingly to the point that you're not like binging on them, you will notice a difference. Most people who do diet, like macronutrient style of dieting, stuff like that, they'll tell you, I eat burgers, I eat french fries every single day. Like, how the hell do you do that? Because you don't have to sit there and eat spinach and dry-ass chicken all day. It's not necessary. The only time that you need to do that kind of stuff, when you start trying to cut out sodium, that if you're going to step on stage, different. But you can be lean eating, not your whole diet, but you can be lean eating stuff like that on a daily basis. Not the whole diet, stuff like that on a daily basis. There are people out there who I personally know who have ice cream every single day. They make sure they get their nutrients in, they make sure they get their protein in, and they just eat ice cream. I've seen it, I've talked to them, it works for them. But stuff like ice cream is a calorie bomb. A pint of Ben & Jerry's, a pint. I've polished off pints, that sounds terrible, 2-3 pints in one sitting. A pint of Ben & Jerry's can go anywhere. I've seen as low as like $9.80, which is like, you won't even want that kind. And I've seen as high as $13.70. 1,370 calories in a pint of ice cream. The issue comes because this meal itself, when you add it all up, 2,300 calories, right? The issue comes when you eat food, 2,300 calories, then you have Ben & Jerry's on top of that. Now you're at, like low ball, but 3,600 calories. Just like that, boom, off a pint. So when people are like, oh, and I had a bagel with, then what else did you have? Oh, and I had a chocolate milk and a chocolate, I had a milkshake, and I was hungry, so I went to, that stuff adds up, and it's not like the little things, like the big things. And stuff like this. So, do with that what you want. But I guarantee you, if you just start with that, like, basic stuff, you're not even doing anything nuanced. I'm not asking you to change your diet. I'm just asking you to watch, like, if you're eating jars of peanut butter or you're having peanut butter salad, like, you don't understand how many calories are in peanut butter, but, like, I know, I've had like a quarter of the jar eating peanut butter in one sitting back in the day. I don't even eat peanut butter anymore. The only time you see me eating peanut butter is if I'm having a peanut butter something on here. Like, but you don't really realize that. But like a serving of peanut butter is 200 calories, and I've never in my life had a serving of peanut butter because I like it too much. You know, I used to drink juice. I don't drink juice anymore. I used to drink juice all day, right? When I was young, apple juice, orange juice. Oh, this is good for you. It's vegetable shit. That whole quart, like 1,000 calories, bro. And that's not even food. So people don't realize when you're eating things like rice, like even if I had 3 cups of rice, that's still 600 calories, and you're not gonna want anything else after that because it's 3 damn cups of rice. Have 600 calories worth of peanut butter. You'll be hungry in 5 minutes. It is never about starving yourself to, you know, to lose body fat loss. Never about starving yourself. It is about understanding choices that you make in food and balancing your calories. Start with that. Then you can move on to the nutrients and stuff like that. But I don't want to hear anybody talking about how much fiber they have in a day when they don't know how many calories they have. And I don't want to hear anybody talking about how much vitamin C or potassium they're having if they have no idea how much protein they're having in a day. Start from the basement, start from the bottom, know how many calories you're putting in your body. It's a start. Because before, you weren't tracking shit. So, start by knowing how many calories you put in your body. But even before you do that, make better choices. The more lean you want to be, the better shape you want to be, the more you're going to have to hone that shit in. But in the beginning, you just want to lose a couple pounds? Cut this shit out. Cut the peanut butter out. Stop drinking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So, when you get there, you might be like, oh, I want to lose, you know, a little bit more body fat. Okay, well, now we got to start doing that. That's how I work with my clients. It depends. If you're talking about someone in the fitness world, no, because they're already past that. But if I'm talking about the regular person who just wants to look better, it's that easy. Start by making choices. That's it. And also, another big one I'm going to leave after this. Don't freestyle. The shit that I do, don't do this. Know what you're going to eat before you eat it, because the worst thing you can do is be hungry and not know what you're going to eat, because you're going to figure the worst fucking thing to have and you're going to eat that. I have clients every damn day and I'm like, this happens in the beginning because there's always an adjustment. You know, what'd you have for lunch? I did bad. They always say it just like that. Men and women, I did bad. What'd you have? I didn't bring any food, so, you know, my coworker was like, let's go to the pizza place, and I got a chicken parm and a slice of pizza and a Pepsi. Like, damn, you couldn't even get a Diet Pepsi. But that's what I'm saying. That choice that I don't know, like, no one's gonna pick, like, you're just gonna eat, like, tasty shit. You can still have tasty shit, but plan your tasty shit. How's that? Anyway, that's gonna be the end of the video. Tomorrow, there will be content because if he doesn't show up, I'm still doing it, bro. Like, but he's gonna do it because he can say what he wants to, but he likes the little comments y'all make by him. Because some of y'all said he was cute and shit. And I send him the screenshots. Anyway, bro, I gotta go. It's like 4 in the morning, and then damn, yeah, it is. We'll be back tomorrow. More content. I love y'all. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube.